Little boy at peace. What is this place? Beyond the stars. Open up your eyes. What are these things you're moving toward? Head so full of wonder. Worries in the past. Could it be that you are free at last? No!
You're going to hell. Set by bush, rocks in the buzz, and now this is your tale. You ain't going back to see Disneyland's hell.
Fear is probably the most base and important survival mechanism that we have. A creature without a healthy capacity for fear is one that doesn't live long enough to pass on genes. In nature, while being a waste of time and energy, it is more important for an overactive fear to exist than one that is underactive. Our minds, when not well trained, are like smoke detectors that overreact and go off infinitely more often than it will when saving you from a fire. However, if you're in a fire-prone area like our ancient ancestors were, metaphorically, all the time wasted on false alarms was well worth it when a real fire actually occurred. In a study, middle-aged white women are least likely to fall victim to crimes, rape, and attack, yet they have the most fear of it. Young and middle-aged black women are most likely to be raped, robbed, or killed, and are found to have the least fear of it. This is brought about because our news media can sell more terrifying news if rich white women are scared and watching for the next boogeyman. Religion does the same thing with the greatest mind trap in existence, hell. H-E double hockey stick, which was never directly mentioned by Jesus or anyone prior to him, was extrapolated from the references to the Jerusalem garbage pit, Gehenna, where damned prisoners were tossed, and the Greek Tartarus or Hades. Hell is a ripoff of Hel, the abode of the Norse deity of the same name, and used most likely as an attempt to convert the Nordic people. Hell is the perfect fear because there was no way to disprove a negative. Just like I mentioned in my brainwashing video, once they have sold you that you are lacking something, they will claim that they have the cure for your ills. Blind faith is the answer, which requires you to suspend and retard your natural curiosity and ability to reason. Religions are based on fear and misinformation. For many people, there's a box around the area in their minds of reality that they cannot question. If something in reality disagrees with what is in that box, they will rationalize it away and lie to themselves and skew their view of reality to ensure that the box remains intact. Because this takes so much work and energy, these people will not want to expand their minds, and they will avoid learning about things that might make them question their beliefs, like evolutionary theory, as it's hard to rationalize away facts. I myself avoided biology, as I knew I would be exposed to so much of the lie of evolution. I didn't even know the evidence, I just knew that I was told to avoid it. If it was a lie, why should I study it? Seeing as I am now a microbiologist, things have changed. I also learned very quickly to rationalize things so that the contents of the box wouldn't change. I got really good at it. Because of my intelligence, mixed with confirmation bias, I was able to kill any real discussion in its tracks because I could usually come up with an explanation to fit anything in the Bible, even if there was no evidence whatsoever, and usually that would shut people up. This is what people like Kent Hovind and Ray Comfort do. They make stuff up on the spot to rationalize away questions. It has been studied that fundamentalists are actually happier than non-religious, because of the fact that they can rationalize all the sufferings and horrors in the world and forget about them, brushing them off as God's punishment for those dirty sinners. It has also been found that because many of these kinds of Christians get so good at rationalizing and twisting reality, they're actually more likely to cheat and break the law, as they can rationalize how what they are doing is not actually wrong. So why do intelligent believers never approach the box? Well, there are several reasons. My reason was because there was a big wall of eternal flames in front of mine, and my fear of hell kept me away from entering and examining the contents of the box. Some never do it because it would be uncomfortable. When I discuss issues like this with believers and point out errors in their faith, or how they act goes against what they actually claim to believe, they get uncomfortable because they don't know and they don't want their security blanket removed. Another reason that people never approach their untouchable box is they may just be oblivious that the box is even there, and anything that goes against the box, they will just brush off as a mystery, and they will ask God in heaven someday, and then go about their day. These people tend to have not studied their religion much, though they claim to believe it. The main reason why intelligent people are still Christians is because they have never been taught to question, and in their busy lives they never put it as a priority to look beyond what they know. This is perfect for both church and the government, which is why the scientific method, logic, critical thinking, and skepticism are not taught early on. In America especially, most parents want the 3 R's taught in schools only: reading, writing, and arithmetic. And a 4th R, which would happen if not for the First Amendment, religion. Sadly, however, on top of this, they're taught using inefficient standardized tests, which prevent critical thinking even more, as the teacher's job is now just to get the kids to regurgitate what is taught so they can pass the damn tests. If you want poorly educated people to believe anything you say or vote for you, destroy the education system. Creationism does have a place in school. It's called comparative religions or a philosophy class, but those are considered a waste of time and money by parents who fear anything considered elitist. It was found in a survey that only about 7% of the American population could accurately explain or had knowledge of the scientific method or concepts like double-blind studies and control groups. This is ridiculous. This should be taught early on at the same time as reading, writing, and math. But because of this low percentage, the majority of Americans don't realize how important this skill is, so our children never get taught. Sadly, so long as curiosity is stifled and fear and rationalization are taught, the cycle will continue to repeat itself, and intelligent people for many centuries will continue to believe in religion and other stupid ideas.